All right, guys. Let's talk some boxing. You already know what I feel about this fight. I had this fight a lot, in my opinion, a little bit further away, but I went back and adjusted a few that could have went either way, and I kind of just gave the ones that could have went either way to Kovalev. But here are my three scorecards. I scored it three times because I want, like I said, three different ways, three different opinions, three different views. I want to just get like, okay, this one could have went this way, this one could have went that way. So I have all three scorecards unanimously. Andre Ward, 116, 111, 115, 112 on the other two. I'm gonna tell you the rounds I have in order because the complete half of the second half of the fight was definitely Andre Ward, but it started around like round five in my opinion. I think 5 on Andre Ward won just about every round, give or take one. He may have given up in like the sixth or something like that, maybe, but I doubt that either. I just give that because you know what I mean, maybe whatever. You could probably change up the other two cards and just give Kovalev another point. But let's just take down some notes from the actual fight. Early on, they was crediting Kovalev for his, you know what I mean, his endurance, his ability to make shots. I mean, hurt Ward and hit him, and whatever the case is. But I didn't really think was the case too much of. But he did have an edge, a slight edge in the first half of the fight. I would say the first quarter at least. But then as the fight wore on, they started crediting Andre Ward for his body shots. They started crediting Andre Ward for the wear and tear. They start noticing the fatigue and the Warren Kovalev still trying to press forward. Now Kovalev still was pressing pretty hard. He didn't quit. He was still trying his best, but he couldn't. He didn't have the sting. I would say in about round 8, Jim Lampley credited Ward for breaking the body down of Kovalev. That's round 8. Kellerman mentions that two early rounds that Letterman scored for Kovalev could have been scored for Ward. He said it could have been. Now, coincidentally, I actually scored those two rounds for Ward because I don't really think Kovalev was hitting them as much as they were talking. It was like if you mute the fight and just watch, you'll see. Andre Ward was really never in trouble. He got a flash knockdown around 2, yes, but he was really never in trouble. He was really never hurt bad. And he did a hell of a job, man. That was a great performance. And I watched it last night, but I always watch the fights over again to see like what. Because I was pretty upset last night, but I'm like, I was upset for nothing. I was actually upset for nothing because Ward actually won the fight. But let's go on to a couple more notes. But in round 8, now we're going back to round 8, the second half of the fight. Round 8, all three announcers or the commentators, Jim Lampley, Roy Jones, and Max Kellerman, all three gave credit in round 8 to body shots, body work, wear and tear. And we talk about Max Kellerman about right round 7. I would say he credited Ward for hanging in there and coming out the trenches and turning this fight around and credits him for making it this kind of fight. And that this kind of fight is Andre Ward's type of fight. So only thing that I can say is how did they were saying these things early, so like where did you see a win for Kovalev? I mean, I could be wrong. We all are entitled to our own opinions. Then I go on to actually say that Max Kellerman again credited Ward for the big and cleaner shots. And this is round 11. He credits him for bigger, cleaner shots in round 11. So I don't really see where Ward didn't win the fight. I mean, now give or take, I give 114. I give it exactly where they gave it: 114, 113 Ward, or 115, 112. That 116, 111, I just gave Kovalev a few rounds that could have went either way, or Uh, I don't know, just to be courteous. Oh, okay, 116 level was like my personal one. I actually gave Ward the fourth round of mine, but I turned around and gave it back to Kovalev because I'm like, I watched the round. I'm like, okay, this was a pretty good round for either guy, but it could have went either way. But Kovalev actually had the better round in round four, a slight better round, not the better round like he just beasted him and beat him up. No, he didn't do that. But he had slightly better round in round four, so that what made it 116, 111 in that card. But like I said, I was just being fair on the other two cards for 115, 112, and just giving other rounds that could have went either way. I just gave him the Kovalev. Now the 115, 112, that's the fair card. That's what people see and all that stuff. And a little my opinion too, a little bit my opinion. But second half of the fight, we all know Andre Ward won that second half cleanly, give or take maybe one round you can give to Kovalev. Maybe. I doubt that though. I wouldn't even say that. But yeah, man, pretty much Andre Ward did his thing. He did a good job, and I was upset watching it because he wasn't doing certain things that I wanted him to do, like work the jab a little more in the later rounds when Kovalev was tired, like pop his head back, win more convincingly. But he still won the fight, and he won it convincingly to me. I don't think it's a controversial. I don't think it should have been a draw. I thought that last night when I watched it, might have been a draw. Could have been a draw. But no, after watching it again today, no draw. All Andre Ward 3 times. No Kovalev. He was not the Kovalev that we used to seeing in there with lesser levels of opposition. Now Kovalev, he is a beast. He is a monster, but he has never, and this just makes me see that he's never faced a fighter like Andre Ward. The closest he's gotten to that was Bernard Hopkins, which we all know Bernard Hopkins was tired and old by then. He was older towards the end of his career. You know what I mean? And he got the same thing, knocked down, but the crafty boxer got him. But Andre Ward, the difference between Andre Ward and Bernard Hopkins is one, age, not even youth, age and technique. Now, albeit Bernard Hopkins is a great technical fighter, he's a slick fighter, but Andre Ward's a little better in that category because he punches better than Bernard Hopkins actually. And that's what we're talking about, technical. So yeah, there you have it. I feel as though Andre Ward won this fight convincingly. I credit Kovalev for the job that he did do. He did do a pretty good job, but it just wasn't enough. And the body shots really took the fight out of that guy. Go through this fight, and I was saying body shots all day. He was actually hurting this man. In about round 11, I think, or 10, he was just drilling him with body shots in the clinch, and you saw Kovalev's body just like crunching in like he didn't want it. He wanted to get him off of him. It was like 4 or 5 body shots, and every one of them just cringe. I'm like, yeah, good work, Andre Ward. Good work. Well, yeah, man, that's pretty much it for me. You know, like we have to keep this pretty fair. I mean, like I said, that's the way I see the fight. See no other way. Thank you guys for your time. Subscribe and come back for more views and more videos. Thank you.